Every year, for her birthday, he and his wife would venture deep into the Tennessee wilderness. They relished the beauty of nature, setting up their tent amidst towering trees, far from civilization. It was a tradition, a time of peace, away from the noise of the modern world. The mountains were their escape, and for 2 days everything was perfect. But on the third morning, everything changed. They awoke to a bone-chilling howl, a sound unlike any he had ever heard. As a seasoned hunter and a man of the land, he was used to the wilderness. But this was something else, something unnatural. The day passed quietly enough, filled with the usual activities, swimming, fishing, hiking. But his wife couldn't shake the dread. That night, as he prepared to fish under the moonlight, she pleaded with him not to go. A terrible feeling had settled over her like a dark cloud. But he, stubborn and sure, assured her that nothing could hurt him. After all, it was just the wilderness, right? Shaking, he gathered his things, ready to leave, but before he could move, he saw them, glowing yellow eyes staring from the edge of the woods. He called out, threatened whatever it was with his gun. But there was no reply. Only silence. The predator stood its ground, watching him, waiting. With trembling hands, he squeezed the trigger. Click. His gun was empty. Panic overtook him as he realized he was defenseless. He bolted down the trail, the sound of heavy footsteps pounding behind him, something massive chasing him through the woods. He ran, his lungs burning, legs shaking, but the thing was faster. As he reached the dam, he glanced back and finally saw it. A towering creature, 7 feet tall, covered in matted fur, its face like a wolf, only more twisted, more human. Blood dripped from its snout. Its eyes, full of hate and malice, locked onto him as it reached for him through the dam's fence. He barely escaped, diving into the walkway of the dam, the creature snarling in frustration as it was too large to follow. But before it vanished into the woods, it let out one final howl, so loud it felt like his ears would burst. Then it was gone, disappearing into the shadows. He stayed there until morning, too afraid to move, until the park rangers found him. He never told them what happened. They wouldn't have believed him. But now, as he tells his story for the first time, he leaves this warning. In the woods of Tennessee, there's something out there, something that hunts in the night. And if you hear a howl, run.